In this dating show, 3 guys compete for 1 girl. AI decides her perfect match by analyzing their personalities, answers, and interactions. This is Love Optimized.
Hi again, Amanda. Are you ready for the first compatibility reveal?
Hi Aisha, yes I am.
This is just our starting point, and there's so much more to discover as we continue. Let's dive into the rankings, starting with our third place candidate. In third place for now, we have Linus. Both of you value emotional intelligence and direct communication. You share a love for creativity and playfulness. Potential challenges. There may be some lifestyle alignment issues, as Linus has a demanding academic schedule that could limit the time you both share. So what does your ideal weekend look like when you're not busy with your research?
Well, I'm mostly busy on my research.
His way of expressing appreciation leans more towards quality time, while you value thoughtful gestures and gifts. Let's move on to our second place candidate. In second place for now, we have Brandon. Brandon's key strengths include stability and support, which really complement your need for emotional safety. Both of you prioritize clear communication and value understanding each other's love languages. However, there are a few potential challenges. Brandon may take a bit of time to open up emotionally, while you value emotional availability and proactive communication.
My close friends would say that I'm slightly guarded with emotions.
Now, let's reveal our top match. Based on the profiles alone, our top match is candidate Sam. Both of you appreciate open and honest dialogue, and you share a positive outlook on life. Plus, your lifestyles align well, with both enjoying active weekends and relaxed routines. The potential challenge here is that Sam has a strong aversion to negativity, which might require some careful framing during disagreements. What's one absolute deal breaker for you in a relationship?
Negativity. If somebody sees always the negative aspects in things when things go wrong.
But overall, it seems like you two could create a really supportive and enjoyable partnership. First place, Brandon in second and Linus in third. Do you have any early favorites or reservations?
I'm a little bit reserved towards Brandon and Sam because of the high aversion to negativity.
That's a valid concern, Amanda. It might be helpful to explore how they both navigate tough conversations when you get a chance to talk more one-on-one. Just remember, you can always trust your instincts as you move forward. Next, you'll get to see how everyone responds to some revealing questions, which can totally shake up these rankings. Just remember to enjoy every moment. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
Thanks Aisha. Wait, is it still recording? What do you mean by negative aversion to negativity? What do you mean? Who hurt you? Like, you go up to them like, babe, I don't like when you do this. And then she, what do you mean? Like, bro, who hurt you, Sam? Who hurt you, honey? I'm so sorry. I will say that Linus being third place surprised me a little bit, but then after I understood and heard why, because of his, schedule as a PhD student and stuff like that, yeah, okay, it makes a lot of sense. And then Sam's first ranking and the warning of him being very averse to negativity, as in, I would understand that as well, but it just took me by surprise. So ahead of the show, I actually prepared my own algorithm and score sheet as well as questions to ask the lads. I will be judging them based on intellect, spontaneity, and appearance and overall vibes. I'm only human, I want to score it based on my rubrics. It's kind of just trying to see what's the difference between human intuition and judgment versus AI. Hi guys! It's really nice to see all of you again. So for this segment, what will be happening is I will be asking 3 questions that I personally came up with. And all 3 of you will have to answer the questions. And then I will ask you guys another following 3 questions that has been generated by Aisha for us to kind of measure and test our compatibility. Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Yes, wherever be.
Okay, so my first question, describe a romantic gesture that you would like to do for a partner.
Recently, I've been trying to get more into art, painting and sketching. So for me, if I wanted to show appreciation for a romantic partner, I would do a painting or a drawing for them, because I feel like that's the kind of thing that is very personalized. It means a lot more than just buying a gift outright. And hopefully it's something that says something about the relationship that I have with that particular person.
Okay, and Sam?
For me, I think one of the ways I show love is making sure my partner eats well by just asking, have you eaten? If not, I'll bring food. So when I've got my own place in future, probably I'll try to cook more, experiment with more recipes.
And Brandon, what would you like to do as a romantic gesture for your partner?
I would do at least one thing to match my partner's love language first.
Okay, let's say it's acts of service.
Something that means a lot to me that I would do for my partner is I'll give them a massage at the end of their day.
That's very sweet, especially because it's a very intimate kind of act of service. And now, what do you think your red flags are?
If I had to be really particular, okay, then honestly, let's just go with smoking. I think I've had enough of that around me, so that's my easiest obvious red flag.
Okay, wait, so what you're saying is you're a smoker, right?
I'm not a smoker.
Okay, no, I'm asking what you think your red flags are.
Oh,
You know, if your friend was to introduce you to another girl, then they ask, what's his red flag? What do you think your friends will say about you?
they would say that I think a little bit differently. I'm a bit more particular about the way I might do different things.
They will say that your red flag is that you're very particular about things, is it?
I just think I'll do things a little bit differently.
Alright. Okay, and Linus, what do you think your red flags are?
I do get very absorbed with my work and I do spend like a lot of time on it. And outside of that, I can be a bit unserious sometimes, and that's something that I'm trying to work on, but I will say that it is one of the weak points.
Okay, and Sam, what do you think your red flags are?
Almost same as Linus. Sometimes when I'm focused on my work, I'm pretty absorbed in it. And some people would describe me as maybe a bit of a workaholic. I think in Singapore's context, it's quite normal. And I'm thinking from the perspective of my friends, so I think sometimes I can get quite forgetful or distracted during like conversations, stuff like that.
I will now move on to the questions that Aisha prepared. My ideal weekend includes brunch, a workout, and a cozy movie night. If you could plan a surprise Saturday for me, what would you add to make it unforgettable?
I will bring you to One Pearl Bank to look at the sunset. Wow, I think the view here is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, it's the first time I'm here. Wow.
That is a very sweet and good option.
So brunch, workout, and movie night. So I like to cook as well. So I
Okay.
would probably add like a home cooked dinner. Inside. Depending on what we have for brunch, workout, you need some high protein, high energy
Yes,
for
that's
recovery.
true. Okay, that's good. Okay, Brandon.
I would time that to coincide with completing whatever long-standing request has been pending for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it could be fixing something, or if you've been asking for something, yeah, I'll try and get that.
Okay, I see. Okay. That's great. Alright, thanks guys. On to the next question. I lose myself in dancing and climbing. What's an activity that makes you feel most alive, and how would you invite me into your world?
For me, it's a tough choice between two activities. I'll go with the first one, which is an art jam. What I would have done differently to bring you into my world would be to share what were the thoughts that went into it, because I see it as both a means of emotional expression and getting the ball rolling on things that have been at the back of my mind for a while.
That is very interesting.
What makes me feel alive is when I'm on top of the mountain.
Okay.
So I really like those moments that I climb the mountain, I go all the way up. It feels nice, like the challenge. Whenever I'm just climbing the mountain, I'll just focus on the step ahead, and it just reminds you in life, you just take one step at a time, no matter what, you reach the peak, and that's where you enjoy the views. And since you like climbing, right, then I think you can climb the mountain, I will track the mountain.
Okay, and Linus?
So if we're talking about activities that we can share, I think that it is good to find something that we're on the same level at. I enjoy MMA and wrestling.
Okay.
So I think a cool activity that I could do to bring someone else into that is not to just straight away go for my wrestling training. And then you find a new martial art to try together. Go for a free trial, class
see.
or BJJ, Muay Thai or anything. Try something out where we're both beginners.
On to the last question. So I feel most appreciated through thoughtful gestures. If you wanted to surprise me after a long week, what small but meaningful gift or act would you choose and why?
The first thing that comes to mind is let's probably try and arrange a dinner with our families together. Catch up with them over a long week, put work aside for a bit. Let's not make it so that it's only Chinese New Year or holidays that we are together.
So that's your meaningful surprise lah, I would say.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think it's very sweet. But wouldn't it be more meaningful if it's just the two of us? As in, don't get me wrong, I love my family. But if let's say I'm already very tired, then I still have to look at them, I'll be a bit...
But also partially because I don't always have the confidence to pick up a specific present to buy. So
you would like it if your partner did that for you instead?
no.
No. Okay. then why did you?
Because that was what I would do for others.
Or you would do for others, but you don't really want others to do for you.
Not in that way.
Oh, okay. That is a very insightful and interesting response. response?
So for me, one of the things like I enjoy to unwind or relax is actually a night drive. So I think if you had a stressful week, it'll be nice if like we just go on a night drive, head to some supper spots, or maybe just have a staycation, those kind of things. Yeah, that would be quite relaxing, I feel.
I do think that would be quite a relaxing and thoughtful surprise and gift. That being said though, if I'm really tired, wouldn't I just want to like pass out, like fall asleep? Then you take me out to stay up even later.
She's out for us, man.
Now I'm very scared to answer.
Then okay, just sleep. You can go inside a staycation to sleep, right?
So if let's say you had a really long and tiring week, right, and your partner was like, hey, let's go for a night drive lah. Let's go Thomson, Upper Thomson, eat bak chor mee there. The bak chor mee is quite nice. And you're exhausted after a long week. You could see her effort, right? But you can also see like, okay, but I'm very tired
We have Grab food for a reason.
Okay, actually the ideal one is really just chill at home.
Exactly. Okay, but no, I think that your suggestion is very sweet and very thoughtful. Okay, Linus?
I swear this was not influenced by the previous two answers.
Sure.
To me, like these kind of things, I always divide it into like high energy or low energy. It's really dependent on whether the two people decide that they want to go out or stay in. So for stay in, things like watching a movie together or home cooked meal, I always add food to everything. It's always like, to me, a great way that, you know, it's not too high intensity, but you get to spend some quality time together. But if, let's say maybe you're tired, but you spend too long stuck in the office and you want to get out, stuff like going for night cycling or run if you're into that kind of stuff, or going for just a walk.
So thank you, gentlemen, for your answers. They are all very unique and definitely telling of their personalities. Okay, so I have just finished my Q&A session with the boys. Based on my personal score sheet, in terms of spontaneity and like how sporting they are, Linus seems to get along in terms of my level of humor, my level of, I guess, questioning. Brandon is a little bit, it's very clear that Brandon's a little bit nervous right now. So hopefully later during the one-on-one session, he kind of forgets that cameras are around and will be able to interact a little bit more comfortably around me. And for Sam, I would say Sam is somewhere in between. I could tell that he's still kind of sensing the vibes. Perhaps he saw like my reaction when he said like he would want to go mountain climbing. I am not one for the mountains. For now, in terms of answering my question, out of 30, I would rate Brandon 20, Sam 25, Linus also 25. So that's my second impression of the guys.
Okay, so Aisha has listened to the responses and the conversation we just had. He has already performed a new round of compatibility ranking.
Okay, I'm scared.
Welcome back, Amanda. Now that you've heard each guy answer some revealing questions, I've analysed their responses to see who aligns best with your values and preferences. Are you ready to see how things might have changed?
Yes, I am.
Just to remind you, this ranking is based solely on how each candidate expressed themselves in their answers, how thoughtful, genuine, and aligned they were with what you're looking for. Let's dive into the rankings, starting with third place. In third place after the Q&A round, we have Brandon. Brandon's standout strengths include his commitment to communication and adaptability to partner needs. However, one notable challenge is that he sometimes struggles to articulate his own red flags and can be a bit vague or deflective in his responses. This might indicate a lower level of self-awareness or reluctance to be fully vulnerable. What do you think? Did his answers surprise you compared to your first impression?
I think that perhaps Brandon is just a little bit camera shy and he's a little bit nervous. I don't think that Brandon has been asked questions like this very often.
That's a really insightful perspective, Amanda. It's possible that his nervousness could have affected how he expressed himself. It sounds like you see potential in him, even if his answers didn't fully reflect that. Shall we move on to the second place candidate? In second place, we have Sam. Sam's strengths include a strong emphasis on family values and a growth mindset. He expresses affection through practical care, like cooking, which resonates with your appreciation for acts of service. However, he does self-identify as the potential workaholic and admits to sometimes being forgetful or distracted, which could conflict with your need for a presence and emotional availability. How do you feel about Sam's position now? Did anything in his answers surprise you compared to your first impression?
I would like to say that I was very pleasant that he looks for someone who's family oriented in a partner. And I can tell and see that when I asked questions about romantic gestures, he is someone who's very sincere and genuine.
It sounds like Sam really made a positive impression on you with his sincerity and family orientation. Now, let's review our top match this round. Our top candidate based on the Q&A is Linus. Linus's responses stood out due to his strong values alignment with you. He emphasizes openness, honesty, and mutual growth, which echoes your preferences for intelligence and emotional availability. Did you sense that from his answers? Was there any particular response that really resonated with you?
Yes, so when I asked the question of a long, tiring week, what would you like to do? I did like that Linus did stress the importance of sensing high energy or low energy. That was very insightful of him.
Up next, you get to spend real one-on-one time with each guy, which is often where true chemistry shows up. Keep an open mind and trust your instincts. Your journey is just getting more interesting.
And then last one is Dom Sub Universe, so you know, like BDSM.
How are you feeling about moving forward?
I'm excited and looking forward to spending one-on-one time with the guys.
That's wonderful to hear, Amanda. It's such an exciting step in your journey. Just remember to be yourself and enjoy the experience.
Okay, so look at the 4 images below.
Identify which one is anime, which one is hentai.
Yes.
Let's make this a memorable adventure. After a comprehensive analysis of all the data, your optimal match is